Hey everybody, welcome back to Gunsmith. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We got just under 30K in the bank, and we're researching at a pace about 59 RP a day because of that money, right? So take a look at the research. If it's at 8% right now, it's the research budget is all about how much money you have in the bank, not about your daily earnings, because it doesn't really know that because you're just fulfilling orders. So what I'm going to do here, I'm taking a look at reputations, right? And we want to have a good reputation with the US government. And I don't know how that reputation, I don't know how the reputation system works, but I suspect that it works based on the orders that we fulfill, both for the country and its allies, and the orders that we fill for the enemy. And I think there's a decrease or reduction if we fill orders from Russia and China. I'm thinking that. But UK and the German government are our allies, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start fulfilling orders for United States, UK, and for Germany. And we're not going to fill orders for Russia. And by doing that, I think we can grow our reputation faster, I think. So I'm just going to cancel all... Whoops, that was the US order. My bad. I'm just going to cancel all the orders that are coming from countries that are against the United States, basically. So I have a lot of active orders. So maybe I'll fill the ones I have that are active, but then only do the others. We're starting to get other products being ordered as well. Things like boots. And I kind of wanted to go into that a little bit and see if we had any orders that we had grabbed that are for boots. We have camo vests, trousers, and gloves right now. And I don't know if there's any backpack orders either, but we need to start getting worked on other products. If we can get the ones that we have currently nailed down, of course, we can start looking at that. So I'm going to just deliver a couple of these glove orders just to sort of fulfill those. And I also have these in order from fulfillment time. So we only have a limited time to fulfill this one. So I want to make sure that I keep enough gloves to do that. I can sell the gloves to other places, but only if it's going to not bankrupt me here. This one here, for example, is both gloves and trousers, but this one's worth more money because while this one has less gloves than this one, there's more trousers being ordered, and trousers are a bigger, a more expensive item, right? Okay, we have a line control capacity T3, which means I can start adding more machines to the lines that I'm controlling. And this one here, we're gonna add this machine to it, and we're gonna power it on. What this was gonna do, I'm doubling up the fabric. So I'm dispensing twice as much fabric as usual, and I'm hoping that that's, of course, going to double our production on the trousers. I'm gonna say trouser. I'm gonna say, like, I need to have some sort of an item code. So maybe we'll do TR S, I don't know, 01. Or which one is this? Which one did I click on? This is 01, 2. So this is going to be 02. We'll try to find some sort of order code that we can go on that lets me easily distinguish between these machines when I see, like, the label on them. So TRS 03 for this one. So these are my trouser machine. Oh, did that not accept? Oh, hang on. TRS 02. Okay, there it goes. So... Wait, that's 01. No, this is 02. Shit. This is 02. This is 01. All right, we're gonna get this 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Over here, we got the same thing happening. I've got double the fabric coming out into this splitter, which is hopefully doubling our capacity for vests. And we're gonna see that, like, my shelves are kind of getting full too, which is good, right? But it also means that we can fulfill orders faster. So I can pop that order, pop this order, and just keep filling orders for the United States. This one's worth quite a bit of money because it's also including vests in it. 500 gloves is a lot, but we don't really need to wait. We can service glove orders like that. Right? It's like, yeah, we have enough gloves here, but we don't have enough of these other two things. So if this is like, we're not waiting on this, we're just getting access to this, we can move down and just see sort of what other orders we can fulfill. This is going to be one of those I can't talk today dates, kind of days. See, I'm already doing it. These are Russian orders. I'm just going to, like, cancel them because I think that's how the reputation system is working. I think it's We're building reputation. And see, this has already climbed. From when we started this video, this has already gone up, right? And this has already gone down. So if we fill orders for these guys, our reputation with our home country goes down. We want to keep the reputations higher, at least as much as possible, because some of our licenses we want to apply for later depends on us having a high reputation. So let's take a look at research really quick. And I have 421 RP. That's a lot. I'm going to go ahead and just dumb this down to maybe 1%. And what I'd like to do is go to research really quick and take a look at these licenses. So this license here, chemicals production license, it takes us $15,000, but we can't have this unless our reputation with the US government is 150. Currently, it's 139. The bullet production license requires 200 reputation with the US government. So we can't produce these until we have a license to produce them. Now, the same is true for going to the globe. We have one factory here. I noticed this and I'm like excited about it. We have a factory here. We need a good reputation in our home country, right? But we can also later on, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it in this early version of the game, but it looks like we're going to be able to open new factories in the other countries, which is kind of cool, and just have like unlimited factories going on, which again is kind of cool. I would hope there's like a universal, like some sort of interface that says they have a universal like inventory where we can service orders all over the world, and depending on all of our factories that are producing them. That'd be kind of that's what I'm looking forward to, right? I want to figure that out. So right now, right, reputation is now 142, right? So it's gone up again. As long as we're servicing the US government and her allies, our reputation goes up. So I think that's the reason why we haven't had a reputation yet. It's because I keep servicing orders from everyone, and I want to service orders only from select countries, basically. So take all these, all the Russian orders, and we mostly just want to eliminate these from the list. Because they're just cluttering our list right now. We're not going to actually give them anything, right? And now our list is less cluttered and we can do that quicker. So what we're looking for here is, are there any products that we're not currently making that people are ordering? And currently I don't see it. I don't see anybody ordering boots from us. So allowing us to, it's just a little bit of gloves, whatever. Having us go ahead and not make products that are not being ordered, I think is a good idea, because I don't want to get overstocked with stuff that I can't sell. So if they're not ordering that stuff, I'm not going to bother with making it, right? I don't see if there's a need. But what I could do is ramp up the production of the stuff they are ordering, which is why I'm also going to place, see, we have fabric vests right here, and we're starting to build up a supply of this. Because I've increased the pace of the manufacturing of fabric vests, I've moved this over here. Also, I've moved the machines too. Really cool function if you're playing your own games. And it's not explained to you in the tutorial or anything. It's this really hidden tool that I find really awesome. And that is the selection and blueprints tool right here. So what you can do for this, it gives you the instructions on how to work it. Actually, hang on. Before we do this, let me get research going really quick. Research. Let's just help our maintenance costs. We'll research that. So what you do with this, it gives you the legend, if you will, on how to control this. Single selection is just left click. So you can select multiple things, but it's just a left click. If you want to deselect something, rather than doing it as a right click and having all of it be deselected, you can control click. So hold control and hit left click, and you'll control individual things this way. Now, the interesting part about control clicking also is for some reason it shuts the machine off. And I didn't know that, but multiple selections do that. So if I control click this, now it's not doing it. Why is it doing things weird? I wonder why it did that. Hang on. Okay, so control click allows me to try and move it. Okay, this is acting differently than it was before. Anyway, what you want to do with this, the reason why I like this tool so much, is because of the shift drag select. If you hold shift, there it goes, and you can drag select this, you'll highlight everything. And if you want to move all of these things in a different location to make it, a bit more optimized for the area around you, you can just hit move. Now, you have to be careful with this because you're going to have spillage when you do it, and you're going to have to hoover things up and clean it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and hoover this whole area really quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit like this and move. And again, you're going to have spillage there, so you're not going to be able to like place it exactly where you want. I wish they wouldn't have spillage when you do it, but that's kind of the way it is. So first I'm going to move it here. Then I'm going to hoover up the stuff that I don't want in my way, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Click, move, and bring it over here where I want it. And if that maintenance guy could get out of my way, that'd be good too. And right about there. So this, and then of course I want to turn the whole thing on. So I need to find the controller that's turning it on. I don't know what controller is controlling this, but I'm just going to turn it on manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6. I turn it on with the cutter machines first, just so these machines are already on by the time the supply gets to them, right? Now these are making the vests. So I'm going to have this be VST01, I guess. This one will be VST02. That didn't save. VST01. And this one's going to be VST03. There we go. And that'll just, when the machines break down and I can see the names of them other places, I can see that. And I don't know. I just like the idea of naming the machines so I can see them in the list differently. So these are also trousers, looks like. So we're going to have this one be called TRS04, TRS05, and TRS06. But here's another thing. You can use that tool to move machines, and I've been doing that a little bit, just to kind of get things in position. The thing that I think is really cool about this is if I like this arrangement, but I want the cutter machine to, for example, output, let's say fabric boots or fabric backpacks, I don't have to go ahead and build each one of these machines over again. I don't have to do that. Instead, what I can do is highlight all of it, including the recycle bins. And now what I can do is save selection to a new blueprint in the current folder. You can actually have multiple folders for that in the local tab. When you save that, this blueprint in this arrangement and exactly the way it is gets saved right here. And you can actually name this. So I can say cutter, let's say, I don't know, cutter 3X. Right? So cutter 3X, I know that this is going to generate 2 outputs with 3 cutter machines, and it's going to rapidly produce whatever I'm doing that way, right? I can come over here and do the same thing with the plastic formers. So I can say I want all of this highlighted, right? Then I can go ahead and save that, and I can call this one former 3X. So that's 3 times formers. And then I can do the same thing again over here, but this machine needs fixed because, yeah, they still can't get to that. Honestly, I think I might bite the bullet there and just... I think I will. And just do the recycle bin thing there, because without them being able to get to that, it's a little annoying. And these things are kicking out so many gloves, too. Because I like the mechanics being able to do this, so I don't have to do it. But anyway, if I want this 3 times former, this is a great one here, actually. This is perfect. We can take this arrangement right here. And what I want to do... this one's a little different because it's got the zipper. But I can offset that, it's fine. Just by doing this, so not selecting the zipper, right? And I can save this one and say merger 3X. So all of these are like little templates, and I can replicate that anytime I want, anywhere I want, right? Which is super good. Let's go ahead and get these things inside recycle bins. We'll start with this we'll start with this back one over here. So we're just gonna go like this. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Shut this down. And turn it back on. So we'll have that go into the recycle bin, and then we can have them exit that way. Move this belt over here for a second. We want to do the same thing with these. It's kind of a weird trade-off because these take $3 of maintenance, right? Each one of these things, each one of these recycle bins do. And each one of the belts take 5 and 3 power. So you'd think you wouldn't want to do these over these. But in order to get the products from these, you have to output them in a dispenser, and that's $24 in maintenance, right? But it's only 5 power. So by doing it this way and then implementing, you know, multiple dispensers, you save yourself on the power, but you also cost yourself more straight maintenance. And I think it kind of cancels out, but the benefits of having the mechanic be able to reach this machine at this point for me, I think offsets it. I think that makes it worth it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that there. Whoops, and whoops, hey, what's the deal? Oh my goodness, that sucks. Hang on. There we go. I was like, it keeps coming off the belt, right? And then that creates a product and I can't place it on top. But now these are gonna go in the recycle bins. And we can do the same thing with another one right here. So we'll just hot swap this really quick. We'll shut this off. Swap this in, turn this back on. And just like that, this has all been transitioned over. And then we could go ahead and delete these, but we're gonna use those belts another time, I think. Probably. We got boxes getting stacked. Let's go ahead and satisfy some orders. 1, 2, 3. Seems good, man. Okay, we have a lot of time to fulfill this one, and we're almost done with it, actually, so that's good. We have $73,000 now. Let's go ahead and just hoover that up really quick. And I'm going to put these belts to the side, and it's probably going to prevent me from turning things on later. I might just go ahead and sell these, because using these is a great way to just sort of... Well, the thing is, it's such little money, though, right? This is $100, so basically I forfeit $200 by deleting these if I have to rebuild them, which isn't that big of a deal. But now you're going to notice we're not really receiving any gloves, and that's because there is no, like, there's no way to get the gloves in here. Like, there's just nothing. And I'm thinking about doing another boxer machine. The reason I'm thinking about it is because this belt is getting really crowded. And I don't know what the downsides of having a really crowded belt are, but I don't think it's going to be very good. One thing I could do, though, just to make sure we still have boxes. Boxes. Yeah, just to make sure we still have gloves. There's gloves actually being kicked out here still. Yeah. These fabric gloves are still getting kicked out. Oh, and look at this. We have a huge buildup of fittings in here. Hold on. How many fittings do we have? 2,100 in storage. Are we... Okay, the number is dropping. Okay, so we're not overproducing that anymore. We were overproducing this, and we were overproducing gloves too, and now we're not. So I like that. So basically, what's happening here is they're coming out here, and then looks like the merger machine. Yeah. So these are already pre-merged gloves. So we just need to dispense these onto this track and get them in a box. And in order to do that, I kind of need to, like, I'm really tempted to just move this machine over. I don't know about, like, the double... So the reason why I'm, like, struggling with this, and I'm probably going to be bumbling around like an idiot here, is I need to get a dispenser to access this belt, but I don't want it to be in the way here. I'm wondering if I could just move this or arrange it differently. Ooh, hang on. What if I went like this? This is going to be difficult to do because let's shut down this whole line, actually. Which we can do easily just by shutting down the 2 dispensers. We don't have to shut down the whole line with whatever table is controlling it. We could just shut down these 2 dispensers, and if they're not going to dispense anything, then we're not going to have anything made, right? So with those 2 shut down, let's grab this tool, and we're going to highlight all of this, and I think I'm just going to move it to be like over here like this instead. If I can get it there. I can't, damn. All right, well, if we can just slide it more this direction, though, like maybe like that. Wait. Oh, is that exactly where it was before? Hang on. That's not what I meant. See, it won't fit here very well. I would like to get it to fit better here, but I have to leave space. Actually, you know what? If I scoot it just 1 tile back, right? Just 1 tile back, the mechanics can still get through here. Yeah, you know what? Hey, let's turn these machines back on. Get them making again. And now what we can do is I can get a small belt to run right through here. And if I use one of these other belts that I didn't sell, and if I put it right here, I believe by having it enter this on the sower, right? We've seen this before on the Let's Try that we did. If I enter it from this side on the sower, it's not going to get sown, which means it'll only be sown once. That's not a bad play. And if that's what we're doing, we could take a second belt, run a dispenser. We don't even need a second belt, really. Just run the dispenser like this. And we can say, I want to output camo gloves. And if I do that, and then hook it up to the machine, or hook it up to the same, like, control stations, right? If I turn that on, I don't believe these gloves are getting sewn. What I'm concerned about, though, is that it might get too crowded here. And then we might start seeing spillage because of how crowded it is. We already have a little bit of glove spillage down here. Like, just a little bit down in there. But as long as I'm not seeing anything hitting the ground, then this will actually kind of work. And if that's the case, then I don't really even need this. The reason why I did this is because I thought I could get another machine here. But I think that would really crowd it. So what I'm thinking now, just to save space and maybe get another one in here, is we could take... Let's shut this down really quick. Move this. And just to set this right here. Just set it right on top of it. We could actually scoot it over one and just put it right in front. But if I do that, I believe we just do this, and all these gloves become sellable, right? Let's sell that order, and we'll do that order too. We're up to 88,000. But what's the reputation now? I predict the reputation is getting much improved. Now it's 159. So if we want to, we could go after our chemicals license. Now, I have no idea what we need to do here. Make things such as gun cotton, mixes from different... So this is chemicals mixers. But what we're making here is cellulose S, nitric acid S, nitrocellulose S, and gun cotton S. Which is like way over my head. I don't know anything of stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm not really a gun person, if you will. But that seems pretty cool. So we could go after that. I assume we're going to need those chemicals in order to make weapons and make bullets and stuff. So we probably want to take a look at that. Available orders wise, we're starting to have backpack orders. I saw it. We have backpack orders. So let's... I don't know about the boots yet. Let's hold off on the boots. Although 280 boots is worth $11,000. But 220 vests are worth more. Boots seem like they're going to be a bit expensive to set up. I'm not sure I'm interested in that yet. But everything else, we can fulfill every other order. Oh, I'm just accepting orders without even looking at the country right now. We can accept every other order. Yeah, so active order here. We can fulfill this, but it's for Russia. It's 6 grand. I'll do it. But we're going to take... This one's 14 grand. It's a lot more supply, though. We'll get away. I'll give them the little bit of things. The little bit of things. God, this is going to be one of those days, guys. Yeah, you can't have my trousers. Sorry. You guys can have them, though. And you can't have them. All right, so we're going to try and keep our relationship up. If we can get to 200 reputation with the United States, then we can work on bullets and stuff. And then it's okay. You know, if we want to sell to the enemy, if we want to sell to both sides, then so be it, right? So here's what I want to do. Let's take a look at what it's going to take to create backpacks, because we have a couple of orders for those. I don't know how long it is to fulfill. I missed it, but I know I saw one. Unless it was for the enemy, and I already deleted the order. That's possible. Nope, it's right there. So combat backpacks are a thing. So if we want to make those, take a look at the cookbook. And combat backpacks require fittings, which we have tons of. And we just need to run a fabric sheet through a cutter, which we're already doing. But then it needs zipped. And then it needs zipped and then gone through the backpack. That's easy. That's easy. So this is the cutter arrangement, right? And we want to copy this. So we're going to take this. We're going to use the blueprints. We don't even need to copy it because we already have the blueprint. Cutter times 3. So let's place it. And we can place it over here, maybe. Maybe like right here. I'm trying to take the best usage of the space I can. But this is already not very space efficient. But we'll go here with it, let's say. Okay. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to start these machines because, well, we just don't have the power for it. But if they're outputting fabric sheets, right? So all we need to do is tell these cutting machines to output backpacks. So output the backpacks right here like this. And then theoretically, we just turn this on and we start getting backpacks produced. So I'm going to take the build menu. We're going to turn on the power really quick because I'm pretty sure we're going to need at least one. And then we need a line controller for these. We're probably going to need another line controller because we're adding a lot of machines here. So let's grab another line controller. And are there... Add a station over here, I guess. Is there anybody available to work it? No. So you have to recruit another employee, which is like, ugh. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, once we've got that done, we then need to... Let's bring you over here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to set you there for now. We can just turn this on right now if we want to. Turn this on, turn this on, turn this on. You know what? Why don't we just do this? Turn them on. So the fabric's going to come through here. And we're going to start building up the resources, right? We're going to start building up backpacks. Now, these are not zipped yet, right? These are not zipped backpacks. So the cookbook calls for zipped backpacks, right? Before they're merged. And here's the thing about this. And I learned this the hard way from trial and error. And that's that the backpacks, and really, I assume every product, but backpacks I know for sure, if you zip these and then put them in a recycle bin, which is what I was doing, I was running them through here, taking them down a single track and then dumping them into a single bin. All the backpacks were going in one bin. If you zip these and then put them in a recycle bin, they will not be zipped when they come out of a dispensary. You just can't dispense zipped stuff. I don't know why it is that way. It's just the way it is. I don't know why that is the way it is, but it is. God, I can't talk today. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, so yeah, you want to zip them afterwards. So I'm going to dump the unzipped backpacks in here. And then I'm going to get the... let's do this manually. Cookbook, backpack. I'm going to get the merger machine is going to go... we probably need a couple of them, actually. So why don't we get a merger? We'll say here. Here. I don't know if we can actually... I think maybe just two-way for now is probably good. But what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to set up a two-way splitter. Two-way flow splitter like this. We're going to use some of the belts that we still have left over here. So let's put you... we can actually get away with a little belt, though. Yeah, why don't we just use the little belts? Like this. Bring you down like this. And then we want you to output combat backpacks. Okay. Now, the output for this is a fabric backpack with one zip and plastic figs, right? So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get a zipping machine and slam that zipping machine right there on the end. Then we're going to get a track here, and now I need to move this whole thing because it's crowded. So let's pick this up. Right? Hi, can I have all of it, please? That was weird. All of this, yep. Move over to, let's say, here. Like that. And then on this side, now plastic fittings are not going to get zipped. All right. So I can send plastic fittings through the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and go like this. And then the dispenser on this side and go like that. And we have a double dispenser now. What we're going to do is we've got this machine. Let's add, yeah, you're all of this. Okay. 1, 2, boom, 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 boom. We have enough. Good. We actually have some left over, which is good too. So what I want to do, let's add another recycle bin and one more there. Okay. Now we need them to be boxed though, because once they come through this merger machine, they can be boxed. How to get these to the boxer? We could do a second boxing machine. I probably shouldn't be opposed to that, but I was liking the idea of only having to have one of these because this is also an instant machine. Let's go ahead and sell some orders. We got like this, we got our shelves full here. We're gonna need more storage too. Let's hoover this really quick. And let's add a couple more storage shelves here too. Looks like I can do this. And can't get any back behind this, unfortunately. Let's add another row in front of this because we can. And that should do it for the time being, I think. Let's do one more right here. Let's not crowd that. Let's be fine. That's okay. And we probably could get away with doing a whole nother row back here. Actually, we should go behind this too. There we go. Yep. Back behind this as well. Like that. That'll just give us a start. More storage for our boxes. So maybe what we do instead... Well, I could just put a dispenser here. What if I just pop a dispenser right here? Like right there on the end, and tell this to output combat backpacks. It'll just bypass this and just go straight in. Let's just give this a try and see what happens. I want you to output the fabric backpacks, which we now have 200 of. I want you to output the fittings, which we now have only 1,400 of. And then I want you, all of these machines, to power on. So you're going to power on combat backpacks. You're going to power on combat backpacks. And there's not enough power, so we need one more power station. Oh, goody. There we go. Okay, so we'll power you on. Then the merge splitter goes on. And then we also want to put you. Yep, you there. And then we'll have the backpacks go through and the fitters go through. The fittings. Okay, now the fittings are going to come out really, really fast. And the backpacks are going to come out really, really slow. So actually what we want to do is slide you over, turn you back on, and then we want to have another dispenser right here. And we can have this also output the combat backpacks. Sorry, the fabric backpacks. Let's get you hooked up to this line and start you up. So now we have more backpacks coming out and fittings. This is going to get a more even split here, I think. Well, I thought it would be an even split, but now it looks like they're all going to one side and all the fittings are going to the other side. That sucks. That's not at all what I wanted. It's because this is outputting 1 every 2 seconds. So we're getting 1 per second here and 2. Yeah, that's why. You know, I don't like that. Is there a way to just... If I shut the splitter off, what happens then? Do you just all go over one side and that's it? You just constantly go to one side. Okay, well, that's not what we want either. I wish this thing would be smart enough, but I guess it's not. So What's the play there? I guess the play is to just turn this dispenser off and let it be 2 for 1. A 3 for 1. I mean, it's actually 4 for 1 now. So we're just blowing fittings at this point. That's bad. And we're dropping supply in fabric backpacks or no? 235, 237. So our supply of backpacks is still growing. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and shut this down. And I'm thinking instead, let's pull the zipper to the side. And I think what we'll do instead, and I know I'm losing money doing that, but it's easier for me to just grab the merger times 3 and place that design, right? It's much easier just to do this. So we do this, right? Like, stuff is on the ground. Hoover this up. We do this merger times 3 like this. I want to get it closer. Actually, if we can, yeah, ziggy-zaggy it right in here. It's more space efficient that way anyway, right? So with 3 of these happening, I think that's probably going to solve our problem. So this is going to dispense the fabric backpacks. You're going to move out of the way. And then we're also going to have another belt. Do I have an extra one? Yep, right here. Another belt. So this is the plastic fittings. This is a fabric backpack. And then this will be another backpack, unless I have it. I do. This is a zipper. Ah, the zipper. Right. Okay, hang on. We want to get you out of the way. You out of the way. We need a little line here. Like that. Okay. And then we want... yeah, this is too close. Everything's too close together. I was trying to be really... I was admittedly very stingy with the space. Like, I wanted to get it. Let's go like that. Okay. These recycle bins can just take a hike for a second. Let's sell some product if we can. Get a little extra cash. There we go. And then... So this zipper is gonna... Everything's gonna go through the zipper before it goes into here, right? So it ends up being like this. And then... This goes on this side. This goes on this side. And we had one more we were going to do. Yes, it's this one. Goes on this side. And what we end up with is fabric backpack, and fittings. Good. So let's add all these machines. We can go ahead and get rid of this. And yeah, we have maintenance for that. So get rid of that and get rid of that. And we'll go ahead and add these stations to this line. 14 out of 16. Very good. Okay, let's turn the mergers on. They're making camo vests. No, they're not. They're making backpacks. You are making backpacks. You are making backpacks. Okay, so let's turn you on, turn you on, turn you on, turn this on, turn the zipper machine on, and then let's get the backpacks dispensing because that's the slower one, and then the fittings. And with the 3-way, I'm hoping this becomes more evenly distributed. You got to be kidding me. Wow. The middle's not getting any of them. All right, well then we'll do it this way. We'll get rid of this. Let's move this. We're gonna move. We're just gonna do this really quick. Hang on. All right, hoover this. There it goes. Oh, come on, I had it. Got it. All right, we'll do it this way. It seems weird, and it is. It definitely is. But what we'll have here, basically, is a situation where backpacks and fittings are going to the left and right, but since the way they're timed, it's not allowing any backpacks to go through the middle, so it's just gonna put them back in a recycle bin. And if for some reason backpacks end up going through here, they'll just get recycled back into the system anyway. It's a little bit weird, I admit it. I don't like it, but that's the way it is. And then we can take you, and you're gonna output the combat backpacks, all right? And you're gonna be connected to this line as well. So let's bring you into here, I guess. Why not? And you're gonna connect to this, and then you can turn on. So if we have combat backpacks being made, it just goes into the assembly line and straight into the boxing machine. Like straight to the boxing machine. I like that. I think that works okay. I think that works okay. So vests almost done. Gloves are more than done. We have so many gloves. Wow. The vest is what we're waiting for to complete this order, so let's wait on that. We have enough vests to make this order, but I want to do this one first. And then are there any orders we can complete that do not take vests? And see, the camo trousers are also there too. How about just some straight up glove orders? See if we can do some straight up glove orders. That'll do. And this one will do too. The idea being I want to see the recipes for bullets and stuff. I'd really like to see those. I don't know what the recipe is for it. I wish I could see it, like in the display. But let's go ahead and try to get our chemicals license. So we'll research this. It costs $15,000. It takes 2 days to research. And once we have our chemicals license, we should be able to start, producing said chemicals. And my hope is that we could start doing that kind of over on this side. So we have kind of like our apparel section. And if we want to start doing boots, we can set that up right here. It's not that much different than the current arrangement we already have. The only difference that it'll really be is that the boots require boot soles instead of fittings, which kind of take time / production away from getting the fittings done. But these are going really quick. And I think if I wanted to make more fittings, I could just move this machine here and then just add another plastic block output dispenser. And this would double production with the same machines. But I haven't bothered to do that because up until now, we were overproducing fittings. But now we're not overproducing fittings. So let's go ahead and start producing more fittings. I'm just gonna take all of these machines. We're gonna move them over here, should be fine. Let's back up about like here. I like this area for the fittings though. I like this area for it. Maybe we can go like this. This would be better. Yeah. Let's go like this instead. Hoover this all up. We're gonna move this station over, and then one more time, because I like where it is. It's just the order that machines are sitting in. That's the problem. So we should be able to go here. Yeah, right about here. Which is right up against the shelves, I know, but it does leave adequate space for the maintenance people to move around. They need 1 meter. This is halfway, and this is halfway, so it'll work. All right, so what we want to do now is we're going to take this machine, back it up a little bit, take a belt. I have a spare one here. And we're just going to bring this to there, drop another dispenser here. And then all we have to do is output plastic blocks on this. So we want to turn this on, turn this on, turn this on, turn that on, and turn that on. And then we want to add a machine to this. Turn that on. Now we should be making double the plastic, or the fittings. We should be able to make double the fittings now. So let's find out and see if that's really the case. They're not getting heated? Oh, the heater's not on. Shit. The heater's not on. Am I just wasting fittings? Like, I want to know what happens to the plastic if it goes in here and it's not heated, you know? I'd really like to know that. Does it go back to inventory or does it just straight product loss, you know? I don't know. But we should see this happen faster now, right? There's no wait time, so this is just constant production now, I think. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, you know, and then I can, like, assess it. But this takes 2 seconds to craft, half a second to output. That's 2.5 seconds. And we were outputting 1 block every second. So my theory is if we have 3 of these machines, but we're only having 1 block come through 1 second, then it's going to take upwards of 3 seconds, right, to get there. And thus, there's a waiting period. So now I'm hoping there's no waiting period. And that it can just do it. And we might end up having we might end up having more of these heated blocks than we need. It looks like our supply is actually rising. I really wish there was a way to control the dispensers. You know? Like, just put a setting in there to finely tune and adjust its output so that I can put it at, like, let's say 80% speed. And then, you know, it could take a little less power by doing that too. That'd be kind of nice. See, now we're overproducing the plastic blocks. So maybe that's not the best call there. But if nothing else, it'll just have them in storage, right? So that I can shut this machine down or move it. And this thing can just keep producing. I mean, we're going to use them. We're absolutely going to use the fittings, right? There's not going to be a situation where we don't use the fittings. So, okay. So I'm going to leave this video here. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like the videos, give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you haven't already. We're researching chemicals license. And I'm hoping that opens up doors for us to start making some bullets eventually, and then we can get some guns going, and we can see some of the complexities that go with that, because I think this game is going to get a lot more complex. We're not making boots yet, and until we start getting regular orders that include boots, I'm not even going to touch it, because it just adds this extra complexity. If we could just mass produce other products and make money, that's great. So there we go. Department of Chemical Manufacturing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.